What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's Sam here, and today we're going to be doing a review on the Gladiator. So you can tell by the title, I have owned this thing for over 6 months now, and I figured it's time to tell you where it's been, where it's going, how I feel about it, and all that stuff. So if you're new to the channel, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, share the video, drop a comment, all the good YouTube stuff to help this video gain some traction. We're going to get into the meat and potatoes here, but if you're looking for some honest review, is saying I want to get a Gladiator, what's it like, we got it for you right here, and I'll tell you what we're going to be doing in the future to the Gladiator. So let's go ahead and hit the old intro here, and then we'll get into the video. All right, so why did I buy a JT? So I had, before this, if you watch the channel, I had a 2010 JKU on 40s, and that was my dream build. And it was just, you know, I had finally got my Yotto trail grapplers. It looked good, had it the way I wanted it, and it was coming along, and it was paid for and all that good stuff. Well, what I really wanted, my goal is to have a Swiss Army knife Jeep. I want to be able to drive my Jeep from the house to the trail and then drive back home without having to be trailered. Yeah, I know trailering is cool and nice and everything. I have a mega cab coming, sitting here. You know, Longhorn Laramie mega cab luxury truck. And I have a brand new trailer that don't get used. But I just like being able to drive my Jeep to where I want to go, wheel, and be able to drive home. Because here, it's not like I'm going to a park. I'm going to an area to go wheeling, and it might be start in one county and it might end in another county, and I might be 40 or 50 miles away from my truck and trailer at the end of it. So that's why I wanted a newer Jeep, not just necessarily a Gladiator, but I wanted a newer Jeep because the newer Jeeps are nicer with the transmissions, the 8-speed transmissions, the engines are better, the axles are better, everything's better than the older ones. So that's why I switched to the newer platform, the Gladiator or the JT. Now, I just didn't want any Gladiator or Wrangler or whatever. I wanted a specific one. So at first I was kind of looking for 392s, to be honest. I was going to get a 392, a used one, because once they're used, they come down in price a lot. You can probably get one for like 60 grand or whatever, but that's a lot of money. So I was kind of looking around for 392s, to be honest. Really kind of wanted a 392, even though they got transfer case issues. But I figured, because that was one of the problems with the JKU, is they didn't have no power, especially when you put the 40s on it. And I had 538s, no power. So I figured if I got a 392 from the beginning, I wouldn't have to worry about, you know, because this is why this Gladiator is sitting here. This is my Gladiator. That was my Overland project. It's got a 5.7 Hemi in it. That was supposed to go into the JKU, but doing a Hemi swap in these JKUs is like a $10,000 to $20,000 endeavor. So by the time I did that, and then you put a big motor in it, the JKU, you put axles underneath it because it had the Dana 44s. So it was gonna have to have bigger axles in it. So by the time I put a motor and the transmission and the, you know, the axles underneath the JKU, I would have been at the price of either this or a 392. So I wanted a Gladiator or a Wrangler with a Rubicon, and I wanted the steel bumpers, which this has, and I wanted a front camera, but this is a 2020, so it didn't have the front camera. And didn't really care about color, didn't really care about interior. I did kind of want the vinyl or the cloth interior, the base interior, but oh, and I also wanted the LED lights with the rings. I wanted that, the steel bumper package and stuff, and yada yada. So that's what I wanted. I wanted steel bumper package, I wanted LEDs, so that brings you into the higher tier of the Rubicon. So that's what I got. I got a 2020, ended up finding this one in Louisville, about half an hour to an hour away, and it was it's in Gator, colored Gator, which was a 1-year deal. Evidently they're bringing it back, but it's in Gator, and it was already kind of semi-built. So that's what I ended up getting. I looked for a while and ended up working out that I ended up getting this one, and it had pretty much everything I wanted. It has the tan interior, which I wasn't a big fan of when I bought it, but now that I own it, I don't really care. You know, either way, it's nice. It's not like I hate it or anything, and it's nice. It's just something different. So no black interior. You know, that mega cab over there, it's got the saddle interior, so I'm on a like a leather saddle kick, I guess. So anyways, let's go on to the next reason. So like I said, when I bought the Jeep, it was a 2020 Gladiator Rubicon Gator. It had already had some stuff done to it. I'll put some video up of when I first brought it home. It was already on 37s, AEV wheels, already had these baller shocks on it, already had some metal cloak bits steering on it and stuff, already had the steel bumper, already had the worn winch, you know, already had the lights. These are rigid pods, rigid bar, KC brackets. You know, already had all this good stuff. It was a good base. Evidently, I've found out some more information on the Jeep. It came from the dealership that I bought it from used. They ordered it new. It was a JT2 package, which is what their dealership was doing at the time, for an AEV or a Mopar lift. So it's got a Mopar lift with the longer control arms underneath of it, 2-inch lift in the front, and then the previous owner, he had it as a Overland rig, and it's got a 3.5-inch heavy duty spring in the rear. That's why it sets raked like it does, because he had a topper on it, like one of the big ones. So to level it out, he put a heavier duty spring in the rear, and that's why it sits like it does. But that's how it came, and had a bunch of parts on it. I calculated it up. If you had a dealership or somebody else do all the stuff that was done to it, parts plus installation and stuff like that, it was like $10,000 or $12,000 that was already on the Jeep before I purchased it. So that was one of the big pluses of why I bought this Jeep, was it was already done up. I needed it in a hurry because I sold my Gladiator, or sold my JKU right before I had already committed to doing guiding for Jeep Jamboree. So I needed something that I could do Jeep Jamboree with, because I already committed to the guide for it. So that's why I went and found something that was already pretty heavily not heavily modified, but modified enough where I could do my group for Jeep Jamboree. So let's go ahead and get into what I've done to it so far, and it's a pretty extensive list. Alrighty, so what I've done to it so far. One of the first things I did to it was I put a best top bed cover on it, because one of the first times I took it out, I didn't have a topper on it and mud was getting back here. So I did that, put the topper on it. One of the things that's not on here right now is I have a best top sunrider for it, but it's super loud. I think it's because of this light bar. So I'm on the fence about getting rid of the light bar. I don't ever use it because I don't typically wheel at night. I mean, it's cool to have or whatever, but I don't typically wheel at night. So I'm thinking about getting rid of the light bar, because I'd kind of rather have, especially in the summer, springtime, I'd rather have the sun, or the best top sunrider, because that thing is really cool. So these are the AEV Bora wheels. And I changed out the center caps to the OG yellow caps, and I put this protection ring on it. This is a beadlock capable wheel, but I did it's not beadlock set up for beadlocks right now. It's just like a rash ring or whatever, and you can see that it's been used. Did the fender chop on it because of where it's got the 2-inch lift in the front and it's on 37s. Went ahead and did the fender chop on it because I found when I first took it off-road that it was at full extension. When you had the sway bar disconnected, it was getting into the inner fenders. So by doing this, I gained about 3 inches of up travel without it touching my fender. So did that. Got the American Adventure Labs inner fenders with the quick disconnects. They're like quarter turns where you just take these out and the whole fender comes out, so easy access. And then we did the American Adventure Labs, the LED light for the turn signals and stuff. I really like that. Did a 24 and up grill here for it with the little red accent and stuff. This is from Yotto Offroad or Overland or something. Just ordered that from them. They painted it and everything. It's got rhino liner on it. It's got you know, it's color match and everything. And then one of the newest things I did, this is not like a performance mod, but we did a wrap that. Tried my hand at wrapping a big thing for the first time, so we did that. Wrapped that in a shattered carbon. Tried to make it look like the Sun Chaser Jeep. What else? Oh, can't forget one of the main things. We got the 2.5 ton RPM complete steering setup for it underneath here. Love that. Really fixed my steering, made it a lot tighter. And then we got a Fox ATS. You can't see it because it's all dirty. Steering stabilizer, and with the way that this RPM is, it moved the steering stabilizer way up out of the way, so no more steering stabilizer down here, all up out of the way. It's hitting this 2.5 inch DOM aluminum steering before it's going to hit the steering stabilizer, so that really helps it a lot. And then let's see, what else have we done on the outside? Did the rear fender chop, got the Savvy inner fenders in the rear, cleaned that up a lot. Fender chop, didn't need to really do a fender chop in the rear, but we just went ahead and did it to make it match. Haven't done nothing in the back, doesn't need anything. I guess we can get into the interior now. So underneath, we have a Kraken tire inflation system. It's got an ARB twin brushless underneath there. I can put these tires down to 9 psi, 8-9 psi, and fill them up to 33 or 32 within about 5 minutes, all 4 of them at the same time. It's a 4-tire inflation system. Love that thing, love it. Went and got the new brushless pump for it. It was expensive and I had to wait, but it was totally worth it. We got our rugged radios, GMRS, set up here. We got the Crow Molly up here. I also have a extra port for charging and stuff. And then we have a Baja Designs light right here. It's a red light for driving around in the dark and you need a little light. We got the bullet point mount here. This is the Ruby grid. It already came with the Jeep, but I like this a lot. I think I got a mixture of stuff here. Bulletproof, Vector. I've had some stuff from my old Jeep that I put on here too. And then I think these are, I can't remember what brand this is, but it's a mixture of stuff to get it to work in there. So other than that, oh, got a taser in there to get rid of all, to, you know, be able to do all the stuff like keep it start stop off and all that good stuff. Optima battery underneath the hood. I have the Wizard electrical thing here. I can't remember what it's called exactly. If I can get it open. The Wizard from Epic as well. Like I said, Optima battery. Other than that, I haven't done really anything under the hood. My dad actually came over yesterday and he said he's surprised that I haven't put a cold air intake on it or not, but I haven't. So maybe down the line, I'm not sure. But I haven't really done anything. I just changed the oil for the first time. I got my 5,000 miles out of it finally, and I changed it out with some AMS oil, full synthetic. So that's pretty much where it is right now. I don't think I'm missing anything. Got the steering. Oh, it's got TerraFlex ball joints in it too, guys. Got the ball joints taken care of. A lot of the problems that these Jeeps have are taken care of already. The only real thing I need to do is the Schecter shaft brace steering box thing. I was going to do that when I put the steering on, but didn't get the right parts at the right time, so we just went ahead and put the box back on there for now. But we're going to need it in the future. So let's talk about future plans. All right, future plans are pretty simple. I'm going to put 40s on it. I wasn't going to, because that was kind of the deal with the Gladiator or the JK, is I put 40s on it, is undrivable. But these new Jeeps with the 8-speed transmissions and stuff, with the 40s, it's not bad. It's not bad. People daily drive them all the time. They get 10 to 12 miles to the gallon, and they're drivable. You can still cruise 7th, 8th gear on them, and that's what I'm going to do. So it's going to get 40s on it. I'm already in the works trying to get that worked out. It's going to get a full belly skid on it here soon. I've already got that coming. So it's got a full belly skid on the way from Next Venture Motorsports. It's going to get, like I said, 40s on it. I'm going to put 538s in the gears. I'm going to lift it. I don't know what lift I'm going to get yet. I'm probably going to go back with RPM with the lifts, or the lift, since they gave me such a good experience on the steering. They have, not sure which one I want to do yet, but we will be going with some kind of long arm kit. I'm hoping to get it really dialed in. Gonna end up having to do some different wheels, because those ones aren't going to work with the 40s. The shocks are good the way they are, because these are the expensive Fox shocks. Like I said, 538s. Gonna have to do like a truss in the front and RCVs to hold the 40s, but these axles are good. RCV claims their warranty is up to a 43 on, or a 42, I think 42 or 43 on these axles. So we're going to do that. I'll probably end up getting some Reed Racing knuckles for it, because the aluminum knuckles are not that great. Probably a hydro assist too. I'm not sure. I've seen some people running these Jeeps without hydro assist because of the steering the way it is with the electric over hydraulic or whatever this is. You can kind of boost the pump up a little bit to make it work. I'd rather just get a PSC kit for it, but we'll see what that is. I'm thinking about getting a different bumper. Next Venture makes a nice bumper that I like. Gonna try to get some different lighting going on. These are just the factory lights. I want to get some like Baja Designs lights or something, yellow lights in there to make it a little bit more off-roady. Like I said, gonna get some skids for it. Probably need to start looking at a rock slider for it. Rear bumper, I don't really mind this one till it, you know, doesn't work anymore. But honestly, what I'm going to do is just build it up to be dependable and easy to drive for 40s. That's pretty much what it's going to be. That's what my plan is. I want a Swiss Army knife that I can drive on the street to the trail and drive back home and be able to do moderate to harder trails. I'm not going to do buggy line stuff or anything like that because it's a Gladiator, but I want to be able to do harder stuff, and I need the 40s to get the belly off the ground. That way I can actually have a breakover angle, because how long it is, it's great for climbing, it just doesn't have a great breakover angle. So, but that's the future plans. It's kind of vague, but that's where we're going. We're going 40s. We're going bigger. Not too much bigger, but we're going bigger enough, like I said, to get the belly off the ground. So I gotta actually start doing some stuff with it, because I want to do a lot more trails. The goal is, as of right now, to drive it from here in Kentucky all the way out to California to the Rubicon Trail. I was supposed to do that last year, but didn't end up doing it. So now I'm really kind of wanting to take this Gladiator to the Rubicon Trail and do the Rubicon. So I could do it right now with 37s probably, but I'd rather just have 40s and have a good time doing it, you know, instead of scraping on everything. So next we'll talk about how it's like to daily drive it. Alrighty, so daily driving this Jeep, I drive it every day. I should drive that truck over there, but it's got a actuator issue. It's got a throttle issue right now, and I don't feel like dealing with that. So I've been driving this every day. It's nice. I get to put it in my garage, and if it's cold outside, I just pull it in the garage and don't have to worry about, because I get up early in the morning, worried about it being cold or whatever, no snow on the Jeep, all that good stuff. So it's just convenience for me right now. But I drive it every day, and I love it. It's a mid-size pickup truck, guys. It's a Tacoma or a Forerunner, or a Tacoma. Tacoma's the same thing as this. Ford Ranger, Chevy, what's the Chevy truck? The Colorado. You know, this is the same thing as it. Nissan Frontier pickup truck. This is what it is. It is a mid-size pickup truck. So if you're looking for a good mid-size pickup truck, you should pick this one, because this is probably the best one you can get. Better engine. You can get a diesel in this. You can't get a diesel in nothing else. I think you can get a diesel in the Chevy Colorado. You could at one time, but you could get a 3-liter diesel in this thing. 3.6 is a good engine. You know, they have problems, but you know, all vehicles have problems. It's got a good transmission in it. You know, it's the only mid-size vehicle, a truck that's got solid front and rear axles. It's the only mid-size vehicle that has a 4-to-low transfer case in it. You know, I think the Ford Ranger and the Chevy Colorado also have lockers. I know the Tacoma has a rear locker, but no, I don't know if any of them have a front locker or not. So it comes with a front locker, standard, as a Rubicon. You know, it drives great. Drives like a truck. It's unmodified gear wise, so it's got 410s in it. On these 37s, I get 14 to 15 miles to the gallon in the city. You know, that's not bad. It's not bad at all. The tires are a little loud, but that's just the tires. Other than that, I mean, it's a good truck to drive around. It's comfortable. It's got all the things you want. It's got CarPlay. It's got heated seats, heated steering wheel, all the good stuff inside. You know, I mean, it's a luxury truck for what it is, and it's a Jeep. And you can take the doors off. You can take the top off. You can take the everything. You can take the whole top and doors and everything off and have a full, you know, open air experience. You can put the windshield down if you wanted to. So if you're looking for a mid-size truck, I would pick this one. I was looking for a Tacoma. They're garbage. Okay, I get discounts on Tacomas because I work for Toyota as my normal job, and I wouldn't buy one. I bought a Jeep instead. Now, granted, I am a Jeep person. I've been raised with Jeeps my whole life, so I'm kind of probably numb to all the issues that people have with them, with the sloppy steering and the, you know, all the other stuff that they have. You know, a lot of people complain about death wobble and bad gas mileage and stuff like that, but people also don't understand that it's a Jeep and it's a mid-sized truck, and you know, they want to put 37s and stuff on them, and then they're like, man, why is my gas mileage so bad? Well, you put big tires on a little truck that has a V6, you know. But for what it is, I would say best mid-sized truck you can get for the dollar. And they're not that expensive either, guys. They're not that expensive. I got this one fully kitted out, and like I said, it already had stuff and everything done to it, like $10,000 to $12,000 worth of stuff on it. I got it for $30,000, and I mean, it had 70,000 miles on it. So I mean, just outside of warranty. But I mean, what other kind of truck could you get for that kind of money with that stuff? I mean, it already had 37s on it, that already had lockers front and rear, that already had all the stuff done to it. You know, what other truck, mid-size truck, could you get for that? Couldn't. So now let's talk about what it's for, which is going off-road. We'll talk about how it is off-road. Now, I'm going to go ahead and say this. I came from a JKU. So it's not like I came from a Samurai or a two-door Jeep or something. So I was kind of used to the longness. That's one of the problems with this Jeep. It is long. It's as long as an excursion because it's a mid-sized pickup truck. So it's not small by any means, but the long wheelbase helps it climb. It climbs amazingly. Now, if you can get over the obstacle and you're not scraping everything, you're doing a good job. So that's one of the reasons why I want to get 40s on it, is to get the belly up off the ground. That way I can do more obstacles. But other than that, I mean, off-road, it's got lockers, it's got 4-to-1 transfer case, it's got, you know, straight axles, it's got sway bar disconnects. I mean, mine came with a winch. It's ready to go out the box, to go do some off-roading, to do some camping, to do some overlanding. It is the best possible option that you can have for a mid-size truck to do any type of off-roading or overlanding. It's this Gladiator. So off-roading does great. Yeah, it's you know, it hits the tailgate or the bumper a lot, because I mean, look how much distance that is from the tire to that. There's a lot of distance. Look, see, it's been hit right here. I mean, the underside has been hit. So I mean, it is what it is. And if you don't like that, you can get a chop bed. They chop the beds right here. You can push this in. You don't get the full 5-foot bed or whatever it is, but you can get rid of the overhang. I mean, you can get a moto built bed for it if you want. So I mean, there's options if you don't like the overhang part, and that's probably one of the biggest drawbacks, is the overhang part. But everything else is a Jeep. It's good to go. You can crawl it, you can race it, whatever you want to do, like race it down the trail, whatever you want to do, you can do it with this Gladiator. And that's all I gotta say about it. I mean, I don't know. Off-road wise, it does amazing. It's really surprised me so far. Yeah, like I said, it scrapes. But I mean, look at it. It's not that high off the ground. So now let's talk about the downsides of the vehicle. Now let's go ahead and just talk about the downsides. So yeah, the 3.6 has issues. It's a known issue. They've had them forever. So I mean, you either get a good one or you don't, you know. Transmission wise, they're good. Transfer case wise, they're good. Axle wise, yeah, there's issues with those axles. People push them too hard without actually, you know, doing any type of work to them and stuff, and then they complain about they break it all the time. But you know, it is what it is. Yes, it has aluminum knuckles that break. They don't break, actually. Whenever the U-joint breaks in them, then it causes the knuckle to break, because it goes, all that stuff just gets spit in there, and then it breaks the U-joint breaks, then it breaks the, you know, the knuckle, and then the ball joints fall out, yada yada. So yeah, that's a problem too. Let's see, what other problems do they have? I'm trying to nitpick it here. The overhang, because it's a pickup truck. I guess you could say the interior is, I don't know if it's not fancy enough for some people. I like it. It's good for me. I'm not very particular on that kind of stuff. I am, but I'm not. But I mean, I got leather seats. Like I said, heated and cooled, everything. I mean, that's just common downfall issues, guys. Yeah, the steering's sloppy, but that's a Jeep thing. That's just how they are. Like I said, go find a Tacoma that you can do stuff like this with. Go find a Ranger or a Colorado. Go find those trucks. I'm sure those trucks have problems too. The diesels have EGR issues, which pretty much all diesels with EGRs have issues with them. So, but I mean, other than that, there's nothing really that bad with them. Like I said, if you get a 3.6, you might have a bad motor, you know, cam goes out, lifters go out. You know, it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. But like I said, the Tacomas have problems. They have engine issues. They have transmission issues, they have quality issues. The Ford Rangers have engine issues, they have electrical issues. I mean, they all have issues, guys. So you just got to get what you get, and hope you get a good one. And you know, like this one, if it 3.6 goes out, put a Hemi in it, you know, whatever. I don't know what to tell you, but let's go ahead and wrap it up with a closing statement, and then that'll be the end of this one. So all in all, you know, like I've said, I've had this Jeep since over 6 months now, and I've had it on multiple trail days, and I've taken it far away to the next state to have it, to wheel it. I literally wheel it with temporary tags on it, and I love it. Love the Jeep. I can't wait to build it up even further. I can't wait to put 40s on it and really test it out. I've seen other people with Gladiators and they do amazing, so I can't wait to get mine out and do the same thing. But I'm really loving the Gladiator. I do miss my JKU. I do miss it a lot, but like I said, it was to the point where it was going to need about a lot more money to be put into it, and it was not going to be drivable on the street really, and I just don't care to pull the trailer and the truck out every time I want to go full wheeling. Sometimes if I want to go full wheeling, I just want to put my tools in the back and go on. So that's what this Gladiator is for. It's to do that. So hopefully 2026 we'll be doing a lot more off-roading in a lot of different areas. I want to go different places and do different trails than the local stuff. Like I said, hopefully I'm hoping we can make it work to go out to California to do Rubicon. I want to go out west. I want to go do some other stuff. I want to go to Sand Hollow. I want to go back to Moab. I want to take this to Moab like I took the JKU. I want to take that to Moab. So I want to take it down to Tennessee. I want to take it down to Alabama. I want to take it to West Virginia. I want to take it to these places and do these trails, because I know that when I get it built up, it's going to be able to do it. So, but we'll have to see what happens in 2026. We'll have to see what happens, what the cards have in store for us. I'm working behind the scenes to try to get some partners together for next year. I've already got some pretty excited about, and we'll show you that in the future. But as of now, this is how it sits. We'll have to do a year review for it and see how I like it in a whole year. But over 6 months, and I'm very happy with it. So let's go ahead and close out the video, guys. I really appreciate you staying around for this talking video. But that's gonna be it for this one. Hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, drop a comment down below, share it, all the good stuff. If you need any advice or any help with your Gladiator, got any more questions that I didn't answer in the video, go ahead and drop them down below, and I'll be happy to try to answer them for you. You know, specs, if you're looking for specs on the wheels and tires, because a lot of people are looking for that for some reason, looking for stuff that I might have glanced over that I've done to it or something like that, go ahead and drop it down below in the comments, and I'll be happy to answer for you. But that's gonna be it for this one, guys. Appreciate y'all watching and appreciate you subscribing, and we'll see you in the next one.